Hey everybody, I am Cinnamon Cooney, your Art Sherpa, and today, you saw that just pop up on our live screen out of the random blue. We're going to be painting a cute sloth. If you guys are up for that, I'm going to be explaining to you step by step. This is a very beginner-friendly lesson. And what that means is that the colors are kind of easy and simple to get. John, can you format that palette a little bit better? The colors are simple and easy to get. And the techniques are easy. John, who I just mentioned on the mic.
Hello.
Oh, there I am listening to myself. Wow, we are not ready for today. So we're going to show you how to paint the sloth. I don't even know what to do.
It's a simple sloth.
Oh, how are you doing? I teach art live on YouTube. Is that fun? It's fun for me. Is it fun for you, John?
I think it's fun.
Right.
You know, we have a creative sloth to join our simple sloth.
That's right. We do have a, what's the simple sloth?
This one.
But what's the creative sloth?
The one who's in the chat.
Oh, we have a creative sloth?
We do.
Creative Sloth. I saw a sloth and had to come. Creative Sloth, we are so happy to have you. Welcome to the show.
It's a guest sloth.
It's a guest sloth. And, you know, all sloths are celebrity sloths. So, you know, let's keep that in mind. Whoop. My little sloth. My sloth reference is escaping. So today's process, we're going to be doing an 8x8 surface. We're using acrylic paint. You can use any type of acrylic paint you have. I'm using Heavy Body. The weird tool that you're going to end up loving by the end of this today that I'm using is a craft sponge. If you don't have a craft sponge, you can use a kitchen sponge. Just don't use a used kitchen sponge and don't take your used paint sponge back to the kitchen. As long as you can do those two things, just a regular dollar store cellulose kitchen sponge is fine. And you can even cut them down so they're easier to work with. I have burnt sienna as a color right here. I've got yellow ochre. That's kind of also the same as yellow oxide. If you're really new to painting, you might not know that. They're kind of a one-to-one thing. Don't worry about which one you get. One is a natural pigment and one is a synthetic pigment. We have phthalo blue and ultramarine. If you only have one of these two blues for today's lesson, this the two of them is kind of optional. You don't have to have both to get a great result. I have quinacridone magenta. Any magenta you have will work great. You just want something that makes a nice pink. I have cad yellow medium. I have phthalo green. I have Mars black and titanium white. So let's put a wish on here. Let's be topical. Let's wish that the sloth habitats are safe and preserved. Because, you know, they're not going to run away.
I wish for the return of giant sloths. Is that an okay wish?
I think so. I don't think they were carnivorous. John would like the return of giant sloths in a non-Jurassic Park manner.
Yes, preferably. But I mean, you know, the Velosa sloth is still not fast.
Not fast. Not a fast sloth.
Well,
this is a watercolor pencil. I can do these because the wish is going in the thing. So actually, here's what I just saw a thing from David Attenborough. If you all remember him, he's got a special coming up on Netflix. I highly encourage you to watch it. It is a statement based on his life work.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
I'm super interested to see it. So let's wish that we have the will, the know-how, the cooperation globally, and the bravery to address the needs of our planet right now. I don't know what that looks like, guys. I'm not like specifying, and I'm just saying that would be really nice if that was happening. I'm going to take a brush. This is an acrylic brush. It's a number 26 Bright. It is made for acrylic paint. You could use whatever big brush you have. I'm going to just be taking my watercolor words away and say, hey, guys, guess what? We're doing a giveaway today.
What are you doing on a giveaway?
The mods have been putting the link in the description below. So if you want to enter that, the only thing to know is if we call your name, you do have to be present when we call it for you to qualify to win. I'm going to move this water down further as you do. Okay. So the first part of the simple sloth in the sky is mentally kind of break your canvas in half. And I'm going to take some of my white paint and kind of get it all over my damp canvas. And sometimes the reason this is nice to do is it can help your other paint flow out a little bit better, especially if you have a slightly resistant canvas.
A
You don't have to
resistant
gesso or
canvas.
paint white or do anything. This is just a trick to help your paint flow a little softer. You can paint the sides if you wanted.
What's with the bubbling?
Oh, that is foaming. That is because my brush had too much water in it and it was vigorous.
Oh, you just brushed it all smooth.
I just brushed it all smooth. I made the foaming go away.
Smoothie smooth.
Now I'm going to take the phthalo blue, not the ultramarine yet. I'm going to take the phthalo blue and I'm going to make a very light sky blue and just brush it back and forth to the halfway point. That seems doable, right?
It does.
Just back and forth. Notice nice long strokes back and forth to the halfway paint. It's okay if it has a halfway point. It is okay if it has a little streaking in it because the sky isn't just a uniform color, is it?
Not today.
I'm going to rinse out thoroughly. I want to change colors, so I want to make sure all the pigment is out. If you're not sure when your brush is clean, you can always get a paper towel to check that cleanliness, can't you?
No. This is going to be a pretty quick.
I have to do this, though, first.
Okay.
I have to do this quick technique, and then John's going to do a pretty quick thing for me. But I got to do this quick technique because I want to get the pink in here before the acrylic dries.
You're doing the wet.
Sometimes when we're doing acrylic painting, we want two of our areas or zones of color to be wet for it to work.
You're not just a fast talker. You're just like, you got purpose to this
I
fast
have
talking.
purpose to this, but then we're going to get right back to whatever John was bringing up because I'm sure it mattered very much. It probably really did. The other thing that I'm going to do while we're still kind of here is I'm going to take a little of that ultramarine. I'm going to come up here and just very lightly, kind of at the top, put this out. If you've got any clean or dry brush, any clean or dry brush at all that's fairly soft, you just come across with that. Any clean or dry brush. This is a blender, but this will work with any clean or dry brush. Clean and dry.
Clean and dry.
And what that does, as you can see, is that smooths and softens, right, some of our colors into each other, helping create that very delicate, gentle blend. Now rinse and put aside, and you can. What was it you had to say, sir?
Well, see, now that I have it a moment, I have this thing that happened. We were going through our product and we found this box of soap, and the soap wasn't we didn't like it. It had some errors in it.
Yes.
And then somebody had the idea that they were going to give all that soap away, and they did it before asking me. So there's now a giveaway up here where they're giving away some of my soap. And so,
like your good soap?
It's our B-Ray soap. So
B-Grade soap.
There's a question out here that they need to have answered in order to
In
get some of my coveted soap.
All right, so you ask it to me, and I will tell you the secret answer. Because I don't expect you guys to know the answer. We'll tell you the answer to the quiz.
You're taking my soap. Okay, so here's the question. What did purple say to yellow?
Read me the three.
Okay.
Because I think the three answers are very funny.
Okay.
I think these things up myself, just so
Number
you know.
one. All right, number one.
Da, da, da.
You look lovely. Purple always compliments yellow. That's pretty interesting.
Da, da, da,
Two.
da, da, da.
Why are you so bright?
Da, da, da,
And the
da,
other
da.
one looked at the other one and said, well, why are you so transparent?
It's number one. You
It's
look
number
lovely
one.
today because purple always compliments yellow.
It does.
That's art humor, yo.
But you have to wonder,
Don't
is
you
yellow?
want art humor in your life? If anyone's having trouble with the links, I'm sure Modcat Red will help you out with that. You can look to any of our moderators. Those are people with the wrenches. They are here to help you find video links, help you find resources. I have 1,000 art videos, so that can be a lot to get through. And they range from like, I've never painted before to I'm still doing tutorials, but I want more complicated stuff. And it's nice to have a little bit of a guide. So they're here to help and guide.
Hold on just a second. That's weird. Huh. Oh, never mind. Something must be going weird.
What's going on?
In chat. I'm just watching over here,
Okay.
making sure it's okay.
And I'm going to remind our moderators not to send the edit link, but the contest link.
Oh, it's at there.
Okay. All right. So while I have my craft sponge out, let me show you my easy thing. Sometimes clouds are not our friends, right? We all have feelings about clouds. Now, when one has feelings about clouds, just sponge those feelings out. So I'm taking my sponge with a little bit of white and I'm making little circular motions. Yes, this does work on your wall. If you need to mural. I don't really need to have all that cloud. So you can see how we made that nice soft baby cloud. Now, since I've got a lot of pink here, I'm going to move this over to another bit of white because I don't want a purple cloud down here. And it's just little circles, guys. This is just little circles. If you're ever wondering how to get those types of nursery clouds, I would say this is my favorite way to do that, to get little nursery clouds, because they're so soft and gentle. And this, the trick is, if you're going to be going through different colors, to be sure that you don't use like the blue side up on your pink. You see how we do that? Aren't those just lovely little clouds? If you still have that brush, you can rinse it out completely, dry it off as much as possible. If for any reason you want to soften the bottom of the cloud, you would just come here like that. Look at that. Tidy that up a bit. How do you like your sponge clouds? Are those not cool?
I like it, yeah.
So the trick is blue, where I used this on the blue paint, I didn't want my pink paint that I used up here. So just try to look at your sponge and be a little observant about what color's on there, because that color is going to carry wherever you put it. So if you need just fresh white, remember to move your sponge. And also to rinse them out a bit. I'm getting my hand a little wet here. After use, because acrylic paint will dry right on them and is not fun to get it out. My canvas panel gets into a C shape and it gets curved while painting. Why does it happen? Couple of reasons. The canvas panel that you have is probably a paper particulate board of some type, and as you add a lot of moisture, it does exactly what paper does, which is the fibers swell and stretch in unusual ways and causes an arch. Now, this is a very unofficial fix, but I will sometimes, when the painting is very cured and dry, I will mist the back a little bit with water, put it between two pieces of cardboard and slip it between my mattresses. This is not an archival fix. I'm just saying it works. So the next part for the sloth is that we've got to dry the surface so we can kind of sketch him out.
So while you guys are right here, I'm going to say thank you, Kelly, and thank you to all of our folks coming and hanging out with us today. It is super cool to see all y'all hanging out. I will say, while you're there, and you're thinking about what you're going to do next, click that subscribe button, then click the little bell to say all, so you can get the notifications when we do cool things like go live like this, so you can come join us. And, you can leave a little thumbs up if you like the video. That's always very helpful. Then you can go and remember, I'm going to find the button. Hold on. I have to make cinnamon disappear for a second. Look at that. I'll do it here. Make it bigger. So, if you text TheArtSherpa to 332222, you can get notifications when we go live. So that's kind of cool. We can do that. And what else?
13 Days of Halloween is coming up. I hope you come.
That's coming up.
Kelly Jarvie, thank you so much. Amy, you may not have Amy Jo Over's word that she entered twice. You may not have. There's an editing option. So I said it so you guys could edit, just in case you got exuberant and then I had a different answer than you thought.
Oh, you can go back and change
I'm not trying to be mean to y'all. Miranda says, I just wanted to say I have bipolar disorder and your paintings really helped me manage my anxiety and depression, so thank you. I'm very glad that helps. And I would like to send out a lot of light and love for anyone who is living with bipolar disorder. We certainly need a lot more compassion, understanding, and education in all areas of mental health. And honestly, a lot more support in mental health. I think it's probably an area of medicine that is undersupported and really as important as all the areas of medicine. I'd like to see it being taken as seriously as fighting cancer. So that's me, though. That's me, and they didn't put me in charge of anything. I'm going to take my chalk just real quick. And the reason I like to use my chalk is that it helps me kind of plan things. I don't think you're going to be able to see my chalk, though. I may have to put myself through the struggle of doing paint.
All right.
So the trick here will be right in this range, not all the way to the bottom, but right around this range between the halfway point and the bottom of the surface. I'm going to need to make a branch. I'm going to take my brown. Yeah, I'm holding my finger there so I don't forget what I was doing. And you can see I'm loading it up with a little bit of black. I'm going to come from the right-hand side. The hardest part of the press is on the right-hand side. And as I come over towards the left, I release my brush pressure. This is a number 8 cat's tongue. You could use a round. You could use a bright. The tool you use to make this mark is not as important as the mark itself. I'm going to thicken it up at the width and then continue to narrow it out as I come to the end. Because, you know, it's a very thin branch that this little cute slothy sloth has gotten himself onto. But that being said, it's also still thicker at the back and thinner at the tip. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to give it some little leaf branches. So I'm going to bring a little branch out here. That's not too bad. And bring a little branch out here. That is the chillest branch I think we've ever done. Madeline says, purchase a travel watercolor brush set by Raphael. Do the wires on the soft aqua brush come off? No, and don't take them off. Don't take the wires off your quill. They belong there. That is a beautiful process of making brushes that's very old school. So that's just the soft aquas have that old school quill construction. Now I've got this brush here. You can use rounds. You can use any. It's going to be not that big a deal. We're going to get it wet though, and we're going to load up some green and a smidge of my brown. Some green and a smidge of my brown. And we're going to come here on the corner, and we're going to make 3 little leaves. I like those. More little leaves. Because his branch is healthy. I might put one in there. The trick with your leaves is you want to make some of them bigger and some of them smaller. Because trees do variances in their leaves, don't they? I'm going to rinse out very thoroughly. I don't want any pigment in my paint. And I'm going to come back and get a very bright mix of green and yellow. Isn't that lovely? You can add a little bit of white to it after you've already added the yellow. Let's come in here and add a touch of highlight to some of these leaves. Isn't that fun? Well, it's all still wet. So it's a similar stroke. I'm just coming in lighter and adding a little bit of that highlight in there. I like it. Let's get back and look at our leafy leaf.
That's
not terrible.
You know, depending on how you orient it, it could be a tree, it could be a branch.
So I'm going to start with white paint a little bit first. And the reason is that I want to have enough room to change my mind. And I'm going to make a nice big circle. I don't want to take out all my cloud. Oh, such a cute cloud. We're going to make a circle for Mr. Slothy's head. And it's a bit squished. It's not a full oval, but it has oval nature to it. Right. And then I'm going to just come from the middle of that spot to bring a little back off. And then this is wonderful. We're going to have a little forward facing leg, sleepy leg coming down. Hanging down happily. And then we'll have a little back facing leg as well, also hanging down happily. And so once I have that in, I kind of know where everything is. I feel confident to come back with my brown. So let's take a bit of our brown. It's just easier to paint out a white mistake than it is a brown mistake. So you can paint out both of them. There we go. Bring that down a little more so his little face is more resties. Oh, that's very resties, isn't it? Now, at this point of the face, lower, not higher. So if you're looking at this here, let's make a little mark. I'm going to show you some little marks. Lower, not higher, right? If you don't want to draw, I have a traceable. We don't expect you to draw. We don't expect it. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to make sure I've got a nice little bit of room for my nose. Let's bring that around. The little inside bits. Definitely a little heart nose. And you can come in and kind of talk a little bit about the sloth pattern that he's got going. I think that works. I'll get a bigger brush. This is my number 8 cat's tongue. And you don't have to have the specialty brush. It's just a brush I have and that I like. I'm going to take a little of my yellow ochre, brown, and this color. We're going to make kind of the center of his face, right? Neutral center of his face. I can absolutely paint anything of this back in, right? I just needed to know where stuff was. Like if I lose some of my little eye spot or I lose any of my stuff, I don't have to worry. So what was that color again? That was the yellow ochre, your burnt sienna, and a little of your white. And so even though I've lost a little bit, just a little bit of my nose, I know where I had it. You can see it. You can also paint it out. If you didn't like where you had it, did you know you can do that? Look at that. So it's real easy for me to put back in. I just want you to understand that you can change your mind when it comes to your painting. Now the outside brown is different than the interior brown. So I'm going to take a little of this brown. You can even add a bit of yellow to this brown or yellow ochre. Either is fine. You just want to lighten it a bit. And come around his face.
There's so many questions for you when you're ready.
Oh, okay. I will come around his face.
It's okay. I bet I'm saving them because I see you're in the middle of teaching.
Actually, I'll tell you what. We're going to be closing the contest soon because I'm whipping through this.
I know.
I'm like, oh my goodness. Here we go.
I'll give you something to talk about while we're.
I'll get this part all sort of painted in that first layer, and then
you'll dry. You can have a wordy chat while it dries.
I will have a wordy chat while he dries, and we'll talk about things. And I'm really into it. If you need to know the answer to the contest, it's purple complements yellow.
Purple complements yellow.
You look lovely today because purple always complements yellow. That's art humor, right there. Serious art humor. If you follow my Facebook page at all, you might have noticed that I've been really on a mission to feature all my favorite comic artists and like kind of raise awareness on them. And if you like art humor, you can come by. You got like the oatmeal, got everybody. All right. Questions, words, things.
Okay. So we'll start going in order. What is your favorite kind of pie?
Strawberry rhubarb.
What is the 13 Days of Halloween box?
So every year, we miss a year, but we really try to do it every year. We do a painting event called the 13 Days of Halloween, and we paint every day for 13 days. And this year, we thought it'd be really nice because with the shortages in art materials and everything, if you guys had the option to get all the materials needed all the materials needed to do the event. And I'm not painting with anything else. You can also use it as a material list and have a bunch of information for that. And it's starting October 1st to October 13th, though you can paint it anytime. You could do it in November if you felt Halloween-y in November, or December, or January, any month that you like. But we go every 13 days and we have a different spectacular painting. And they tend to be one hoot for the most part. I think this year we finished with more of a 2 hoot still life. but most of it will be that. And some of them will be live and some of them will be shorter premieres, but they're full lessons. And that way, if you have a shorter amount of time, there's projects you can do. If you have a longer amount of time, there's projects you can do. If you happen to be doing them with kids this year, there's projects you can do. And because so many of us are home with our kids, and I knew that, this year is cute, spooky, no gore. Cute, spooky, no gore this year.
What's Life Book?
Life Book. Do my moderators have my Life Book affiliate link? Because if I'm going to tell them about it, I need to be able to tell them.
Where would I find that? I'll find it. Don't buy it yet, guys. Let me find the affiliate link. I'll put it in here. It's
not the one on the website. I don't think Doug's updated to the current website link.
Previous link, previous website, previous video.
Okay, maybe.
I'll find it.
So we want to make sure we have the right link. Otherwise,
tell them what
if you decide to sign up, I wouldn't get any credit.
Yeah.
Life Book is a year-long course. I've been in it 3 years. I love it. I'm so grateful to everybody over there. It was started by Tamara Laporte. And the concept of it is a bunch of amazing teachers getting together, a theme of creativity and wellness. And there's a new class, really 2 of them every week, all year. There's this year there's 30 teachers, and you get a nice big lesson from each teacher. It introduces you to mediums, it introduces you to concept, it introduces you to the idea of using art as part of a wellness program.
Okay.
There's yoga, there's all kinds of there's songs.
We've got some folks here who are interested in it. Could you do us a favor?
And find the link?
After the show.
I can find it right now.
No, it's okay. Well,
it's okay. Because we're talking, I might as well I can Google Doc it.
But that's why you're doing that. While you're doing that.
While I'm doing that, I'll answer other questions. It really is a great program, and there's a taster right now. There's a free taster going on that is, I'll grab both of those links. Because there's a free taster. The taster lets you see what Life Book is like, so that if you want to do it, okay. Let's see, it's going to make me. Now, the first one is I'm going to give you is the taster. And then the second link here is the Life Book itself. The first one is free, and then my mods can break it up, and hopefully the chat will let this work.
Let's see
what happened. It did it.
All right.
Well, kind of did it.
We'll figure it out and fix it.
Let me send it over in Skype to somebody, and they'll break it up, which is generally how we do it.
I see both links, so I'm gonna
go ahead. You can see both links.
Yeah, I can break it out for everybody.
So the first link is the free taster. If you just want to go and look, the taster doesn't obligate you to the year-long course. That's not what Tamara's about. So it's just a chance for you to spend a month maybe de-stressing, because 2020 was not our favorite. So it was a great year in Life Book. And we do different stuff for it. It's really cool. So those are all good questions, John. I really like those. I'm going to do a second little coat on some of my colors while you get those links out. Yeah, I'm excited for the 13 days of Halloween. Super excited. I've got great programs. You do want to be signed up for the newsletter, because they're going to get all of the images and traceables and everything kind of preemptively before everybody else. So be sure you're signed up on our website for the newsletter if you want that. And again, you don't have to buy my kit. It's awesome. We don't have that many left. So we wanted to make sure that if you couldn't buy the kit or we ran out, you could get the materials. So all the materials and colors are stuff that you can find and source out yourself. So don't feel like pressure there. I like that. I'm really just doing that to give it a bit of a thing. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to take a little bit of my black and brown. And I'm going to go ahead and paint in this sort of center eye area. So it's a little more black brown. And after I get this all painted in, I'll switch to my number 4 round. I'm just trying to use the bigger brush. Sometimes it's real easy to use too small of a brush in painting or too big of a brush in painting. And it's important to know when to change out your brush sizes to get an effect. I'm going to just do this little hair mark. Do you see, guys, I'm doing these little hair marks? These are little hair marks. These little hair marks. Give them little hair marks.
Now, if you guys are signed up on our
little hair
website,
marks.
if you've joined our website, then you'll be signed up for our newsletters.
Yes.
So you'll automatically get those.
Unless you've opted out, which is okay. I forgive you.
But it's actually
Totally fine. You're always allowed to opt out.
yeah, totally is. But it's like
You're not obligated. Nobody means that.
no,
Don't
not
write
at
me
all.
a letter. I'm kidding. It's kidding. I'm kidding.
But go on, join the site. It's got good stuff.
This is my number 4 round, and I'm just using it to get a nice smoother application of paint on these little eye areas. You can see that makes it sort of lovely. If I want to get a little more of my yellow brown together here to go around the outside edge, I can do that. And that makes a nice smooth application. And so sometimes on stuff like this, especially these types of very sweet paintings, it's important to be able to do that where you need to. I'm going to come up the little leggies here. If I need to bring a little extra black into my brown to shade under his little jaw to kind of pull those out, or even under his belly, I can do that. So yes, he's a little bit graphic, but you can still use some shading on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can come here and make little hair marks. See that?
Little marks. Beep, beep,
Little
beep,
hair
beep,
marks. Little hair marks.
Texture.
Texture.
Now you've done.
Let's get some yellow.
This is definitely in our 1 hoot.
This is 1 hoot. Yesterday we did a 3 hoot.
But if you wanted to further explore fur,
I have done so many fur videos. I think there's a fur playlist, actually. That's how many. I've done a lot of things if it has its own playlist subject. Where I'm like, if there's more than 6 videos, it probably needs a playlist, and this is way more than 6 videos.
so you've done fur and
We've
hair
done fur and hair and textures. And we really try to cover that stuff. And then as we work with you guys more and more, we update that stuff all the time. Like, you definitely want to, normally at this time of day, we do a short video lesson that doesn't take up so much time. So if you're in a rush and you don't have time for a full tutorial, but you want to get kind of caught up on anything we might be doing, that is a great time to do it.
Now, will you have a traceable available with each painting?
Yes. There's a traceable available for this, and there is a traceable available for everything from the 13 Days of Halloween.
Those will
Those
be
on
handy.
the newsletter will see it first. I'm going to bring my little color here, and you can see I'm kind of marking out a little bit of a fur effect. There we're doing. A little, we go here. But if I do that, I want to come back the opposite direction. See how we sort of talked about fur directionality there in a really tricky little way? Loves it. Make sure that's nice. Now, to do anything else, he's got to be dry. So let's dry him with a hairdryer.
Okay. And don't forget to come by and sign up on our website, TheArtSherpa.com. Like I was saying earlier, that's where we keep all of our cool stuff. If you sign up there, you're automatically part of our newsletter. If you don't want to get the newsletter, but you want to sign up for a website, you have to go into your accounts and under account settings and communications and turn that off. But by default, you should get it. And we keep our traceables, and there's a calendar that tells all the stuff we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stuff.
And there's a way to search things because you need a way to search things. I do watercolor lessons too. It's a busy life.
Searching.
I'm going to take my magenta and my yellow, and I'm going to make an orange. And I just want my tree to look a little different. I'm going to come along this tree and make it look a little barky with this little highlight, just so that the branch is different than the sloth. Right? We want it to be a different color and texture than the sloth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get our black going. Underneath, make a little shadow. Shade that right there. You can even come under that leg. Under that. Get a little bit of a line, of a shadow. Those are pretty good. We should close the contest down soon. If you guys want to get your entries in, it's time to get them in now.
Oh, we're getting close, huh?
Yeah. We're going to get real close real fast. I'm going to get a little bit of my black here, and I'm going to come underneath. And we're going to make a little bit of a line, little like a smile line. And a smile line there. And then lashes down. And one thing that I can do if I want to lighten my value so I can really see my lashes, I can kind of come up. Oh, I just had too much water on the brush. Do you guys remember that thing I said about that hidden drop? Hidden drop got me. More orange than that. You still want it to be brown. Into my brown here. Sort of blend that. My brown. There we go. Because we want to see that. Another way that you can help the contrast on your lashes is if you get a little bit of your white and kind of make sure that you give it a little fine line as well. Sometimes if you look at a thing and you're like, oh, that value isn't good. That's how light or dark something is. Just come back with another value. Because at the end of the day, you just want a cute sloth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. All the rest of it is moot. You just want a cute sloth.
The moot.
The moot. I'm going to go ahead and get my black again. Watching for that hidden drop. I'm going to make a little nose here. Drawing by heart. Which is not actually that inaccurate. Having seen sloths. I watch a lot of nature shows. And a little smile. Also cute. I can come in and take a little of my pink and white. Those are sweet. And then you can add a little bit of a pink. Little cheek, because he's just like, I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm such a happy sloth. So there he's got
Very
little
happy sloth.
happy sloth cheeks.
Okay, I think we're going to have to shut down the contest here.
Yep, we do. And we need to pick a winner.
All right.
Because it's going to go real fast once I start doing the...
All right. So before you go any further, we're going to tell everyone time to close down the contest. So we're going to get some flowers on the sloth.
We're going to also add some claws. These cute little claws.
Well, I got to see them. There we go.
So that was yellow, ochre, and white. And we just made 3 little downward claws because we liked them.
Those are sleepy claws.
Those are. I'm going to add this little bit here. I always layer. You guys have to bear with me. I love my layering. When I get into my painting, layering is my fave.
Layers happen.
They do. The paintings are always more involved than the digital sketches. Look, that's a nice, isn't that a nice effect? So sometimes you just do what's a nice effect. The leaves, very similar to what we did with the big brush. I'm going to grab my green. And I may go ahead and get some of my brown into it to deepen it. I'm going to go ahead and add some leaves. This is just touching the brush. So if you see I pull the brush and I just touch the tip of it, and the brush makes the leaves. I need to come over here. That's a fun little leaf texture. I always enjoy your little leaf textures. Right. Come right into my yellow. Let's come back and add some highlights. Some of our leaves.
All right.
Add some white in there. And with some of the ones I add the little white. Not everyone. Some. All right, I got a little white. I got a little white leaf crazy, but it's fun. There we go. Now, if I want my flower colors to be as bright as possible, this green is gonna need to be dry. So while I'm drying that, we could pick a winner and announce them.
We'll see what we can do. There we go. So, if you guys, I'm going to go over and see if we can find a winner. If you guys are into these kind of like short, these simple paintings, if you're looking for a good one hoot like thing to start with, that's what we call them, as one hoot paintings, or they're very simple. We like one owl, two owl, three owl, except we said hoot. So it's one hoot. It's very simple. If you like this and you're looking for other simple one hoot paintings, you can look at our playlist.
That's what they are. They're one hooties.
One hoot.
And we try to do one hoot lessons weekly. I'm taking a little of my yellow and I'm mixing it with my white. Now this is twofold. Yellow tends to be a transparent color, and in student paints or craft paints, even more transparent. So just in case that's what you're painting with at home, sometimes I always make that point of adding that white on these one hoots.
You may have to select the winner.
I made everybody an moderator.
It's not letting us do that.
All right.
We're giving it a try again. Let me go back here and take another look.
You may have to go on a different link.
You might. I'm going to go check them.
I gave Colleen an edit link. And
yeah, we'll explain after the show. There seems to be some issues, like that it gives me a dynamic link issue, and she's having some other stuff. So
okay, well, if this is not a good way of doing contests, we'll find another one.
Well, we just had some technical problems today, I think.
Okay, I will.
We'll look here in just a minute, though.
You want me to?
I found a way in.
Okay.
Here we go. Got it.
All right, so I've taken my yellow flowers, and I think on my yellows, I don't know, I want a black center. I mean, they could be like a black-eyed Susan, I suppose, but I think I want to kind of do a little orangey red center. And then John will.
I see how it works. Okay. Do.
There we go. Those are nice little flowers. I like those quite a lot. We've got some bright pink flowers, but for those to work, I got to dry this, babe.
Okay, you do that. Okay, so I'm just over here looking at how we do this. Ooh, this is pretty cool. I'm all in there, and I can make the things work. Okay. We have it. Oh, they figured it out. Okay, I got one. Are you ready to announce? Oh wait, no,
Let's announce to that.
Okay,
I'll give them a minute to get here.
I had you muted instead, so I could hear you. They couldn't hear you. But
okay.
They can hear you now. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's Sylvia Bowers.
Sylvia Bowers?
I guess you know that name.
That is crazy. Congratulations, Sylvia Bowers.
I
think she needed soap.
I just pushed the button and it randomly pulls. But we have lots of people here, so I don't know
if she's in chat today, but I know who she is, so I super hope she's here.
She must have put her name in, so she had to be here earlier.
Well, but remember, we had to reschedule this.
That's true. Maybe she guessed good.
So if anyone knows Sylvia Bowers, he can find her and make sure that she knows she won.
She's a wiener.
Rahel Sean says, if I won, how will I be contacted further? So what we do if you win is we reach out to you by email. You send us an address that you'd like the soap to be mailed to, and then we mail it to you.
Yep.
So simple.
So it's like.
And we don't give out anybody's data in any way, not even to ourselves.
All we do is say your name.
Yeah. So we are very careful with that data, especially, the way everybody is now. So just know that it's just for the contest, and you don't end up on our mailing list in any way. So that would be smart.
I think we're gonna make it. I think you're probably on like. I think that you agree to be part of a mailing in the future when you
maybe in the future, but right now you're not. So don't worry.
What it is.
Sylvia Bauer, could somebody find her?
We'll find her. Well, she'll be here in a minute, I'm sure. She's setting down whatever she's doing, running over to a computer, going, "Oh my gosh, somebody said my name."
So we're going to trying to be extra forgiving for this one because we had to reschedule. We've had so many we've had family stuff come up over the weekends. So we just reschedule the weekends lives to an unusual daytime. And then my poor son had to go see the dentist today because he's going to need some dental work, and he's not happy to learn that.
But we've got a schedule, and we'll talk about it after the show. We have some scheduling to juggle. Somebody says she was here.
Oh, yay.
So there may be, you know what? The twilight bark may have gone out.
The twilight bark is something I can always count on. I'm making a five leaf flower, which is just, you kind of make a little star petal that's a little bit bigger. This one's a little wonky. When they get wonky like this, what I do is I'll put the center in a different location to make it feel like they're facing another way. I'm going to make a lighter flower. Let's see. I'm going to do that. Add a little water to improve flow.
It was.
I'm going to even lighter than this. I want even whiter.
Sylvia Bowers, Bowers. There's a Sylvia Boyer, Boire, who is just like, is that
so close?
Me?
Sylvia
And I
Boyer.
mean, like, that's like the pronunciation is so close. I don't even like, man.
You're not feeling confident with it?
No, I mean, I feel bad. That's like,
it's super close.
That's like, you know,
let's add a little pink to our
John
petals.
Smith being called, and
it is. So here's a little trick. If you take a little dark color on the inside of one side of your petals, as I'm doing, you can kind of give it that twirled star effect, which is super fun. If we need more flowers, we need more flowers. Oh, Sylvia Boer, I'm just like...
It's so close.
So close. The Butcher's Wife, will you ever do another collaboration with your mom? I mean, I can't imagine that I wouldn't, but our schedules are always in conflict. You know, and like, honestly, she just stopped cruising.
And all same mom rules apply.
And forcibly stopped cruising.
Yeah. I said, and all same mom rules apply, which means that the road to a good art video is paved with good intentions. But, you know.
I'm going to do some little touch spike flowers here since if we don't get somebody soon.
It just gets more complicated the more people you get involved, the more space. And all right, Sylvia, she may not be here. I don't see her.
If you find out that you won and you're super bummed, email us. We have a consolation prize.
Come to another live and tell me.
Yeah, you got to come to another live though and tell us.
You got to come to another live and tell me.
So, but we do have a consolation prize. I don't see her. I'm so sorry, Sylvia Boer. You would have been awesome too. You fantastic winner. And here, no less. All right, pick another one.
All right, we will work on the
Anesa, is that right? Santiago. I'm better with Anesa Santiago. Yes, I can do a dog. We're going to have a pop art dog coming up really soon. So if you check out our pop art cat we just did, we're going to do a matching dog to that after the 13 days of Halloween. After the 13 days. I have like Halloween designs sitting here.
All right, I'm making little things go do 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 do. It's the machine. It goes. It's calculating and it's doing little, whizzing
just
and popping.
Just doing things now. Just
It makes, it it's doing its thing. I've
I'm
got to
gonna
wait
add
for it.
some white outlines to this flower now because I got to kill time. Sometimes I get into my flowers. Not that you have to add white outlines to yours too. I'm just doing some stuff, right?
All right. Let's see here.
Let's add a little blue while we're at it, I guess.
Come on.
As John gets it, I'll add a little dark blue flower.
Right. Jill Evans.
Jill Evans, are you here?
Let's see here. I'm going to scroll back up. Hopefully I've seen Jill chat.
Evans.
Jill, please be here. Please be here, Jill Evans. Scrolling up. Do I see you, Jill Evans? Are you...
Things to check.
Oh, wait. No, there's a... Oh, man. There's a close name, but not...
Jill Evans?
Jill Evans, are you in here? Let me see here. We're going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm all up in the chat. Any minute now, we're going to get past the delay.
Vicky Gentry wants to know if we can do a sleeping baby series for a baby room. Yeah, I think that's actually a good idea, Vicky.
I think that'd be pretty good.
This was really a lot of fun to do. If you want to like kind of cute it up too, you might come in with like a little pink like above the eye as well. Like what if we did that? Because now at this point, oh, that's so cute.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? That made it cuter.
That really did. That's pretty fantastic.
Weird bit of trivia: pop art is not popular art. It's done by a non-formally trained artist or artwork that reflects popular culture. But because you'd have to say that Andy Warhol is formally trained.
Right.
Yeah. But it can be both. I would say for non-formally trained artists, outsider art probably often fits, or the other term is completely escaping me at this moment. Like it's just gone.
No.
I had to look up the bias of violet today. That's how weird it is for me today.
I'm not seeing Jill
Linda
yet.
wants to know, are the 13 days in a row? I didn't see it on the calendar. Yes, they are. I haven't given my team all the images yet. The images will go out complete in an email probably on Wednesday. Maybe tonight, probably Wednesday. Could be either. Start going out. And then as soon as that goes out, then they'll start to populate everything. So you'll see them even before they're in a row on a calendar. You'll see them because some of them are our shorter videos where we teach like a specific technique or craft. Because again, I know we might be home with our kids. I know we might be shorter on time. I know we have different needs. So I tried to make sure this 13 days met everybody's needs and also gave them something where they could like customize a bunch of their own Halloween stuff. So you guys could make your own painted rocks or your own painted buckets or do things up. So that there were like some technique ones of like how to paint this type of spooky thing.
All right. Well, I'm having the machine. So Jill is not here yet.
I wish it was you too, Margaret Evans.
But I've got another name. I have the machine pull me another name.
Same thing. Consolation prizes.
Say consolation prizes apply. So, all right. So we could have three potential ones because if Jill.
And you know what? If everybody shows up, then we will just deal.
Yeah,
it will be on our end. I'm going to add
soap.
some light hairs to his back here.
So the next name that
At
could
this
be
point.
a winner is Donna Bedell.
Did you look in the chat before you said the name?
No.
Could you do that next time?
Well, it automatically pulls from the list of people who does the correct name, and then. But if they're just idly sitting there watching,
that is true.
And so, to be fair, I have to call your name. So I want to call everyone's name.
By the way, I want to point out that this contest is in no way affiliated with Facebook or YouTube or any official platform. This hot mess is all us. I'm adding little lighter hairs when we end up being here. Oh, I boo-booed my canvas.
Well, I tell you what. We're at 6 minutes to the hour. 7 minutes to the hour. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Oh, look, Donna Bedell just arrived. She was lurking here.
She was lurking. Your lurking theory was correct.
My lurking theory applied.
All right.
I saw her.
You saw me fix a boo-boo on my canvas. That's where you have dry paint on your hand, and then you apply it to your canvas, and because acrylic sticks to acrylic, it does a thing. So
she's here. We have
Donna is
has
our winner. Congratulations, Donna.
claimed the soap, so you can clean it up.
You have our bee soap. You must be so thrilled deeply in your heart. Actually,
right.
it's very good. It is just as good as the regular soap. It's just not as pretty.
I'm going to plug it all. Go to our website, TheArtSherpa.com, where you can find out more about our soap, our products, our paint, all sorts of cool new things that are coming down the pipeline. From Cinnamon, she's got her brain is full of art stuff ideas, and you should check it out because there's more stuff, cool
and
stuff.
And I love teaching you guys how to paint. And I know I've been here a minute, and I'm so grateful for everyone who still hangs with me on YouTube.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you like to earn art for free. And starting October 1st, every single day, a new spooky lesson. Do you guys want a sneak peek because you were good?
Spooky.
Spooky. Which spooky? I'll show them the.
You have minutes of spooky.
You have minutes of spooky. Here's a sneak peek of one of the spooky.
You can't. You put it on the table.
She has to go on the table because she's green.
Hold on, I'll zoom out. She was transparent and naked. You can see through her bubbles. So that's
one of our spooky paintings. And if you want the pouncers and you want the tools and the brushes and the paint that I'm going to be using, or the canvases or any of the stuff for some extra fun, we do have a couple kits left, but you can also use them as a supply list. I have exchanges on the videos that are already scheduled. So you're like, oh, I don't have that word yellow. Just use Hansa yellow or CAD yellow, that kind of thing, which we will talk about all the time. So that is a spooky painting for the 13 days of Halloween. And there are 13 of them. 13 techniques and stuff that you can use this season to just make things more creative and happier. And we all need that. And the whole 2 weeks, 13 days is cute, spooky, not gory or upsetting, because I felt like, 2020 has just done that for all of us on its own perfectly fine.
It has.
It won. So I'm going to let it have the scare the crap out of me category. And I'm just going to go with cute. Spooky. All right, guys, be good to yourselves. Be safe out there. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And I want to see you at an easel really soon. Bye-bye.